Hey, you! Yeah, you over there. Standing in the corner, alone. Trying to keep it cool. I know all about it, honey.
Hello, this is Gabby Turner. Welcome to this sugar-free tarot reading. In this reading, we're going to look into the question, are they still interested in you? So we'll look into that in depth. Maybe they're losing interest. Maybe they've already lost interest, or maybe they still have interest and it's actually increasing. So whatever it happens to be, we'll look into it. We do have three options here. Option number one is the Animal Totem Tarot with the Nine of Wands. Now I did shuffle, and randomly whatever card was at the bottom is the card that you're seeing here from each deck. Group two is the Page of Cups from the, from the Steampunk Tarot. And group three, we have the Four of Cups from the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. So those are your three options. I do want to say it is interesting to me. I mean, we're going to do a deep dive and figure out, more specifically what's going on in your connection. But I will say, because like I said, these were all shuffled and pulled randomly. The cards that you're seeing here, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Cups. The Page of Cups specifically, how it's depicted here. I have some tape on my finger somehow. All of these do kind of look like someone who is not necessarily losing interest, but there's definitely a sort of a funk, kind of an emotional funk going on, especially in these two. And in this one with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands typically means someone who's really kind of been through the grind. The journey hasn't been easy so far. There is a little bit of optimism that I see in the face of this. I guess this is a ram. I don't know. But in any case, none of these are particularly easy energies as they're coming through to me. And that's probably why you're wondering if they have lost interest, because there's something going on. Like I said, there's some sort of funk or fatigue, something. But we'll figure out what it is more in detail. So again, we have these three options here. Use the timestamps below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello, welcome to Group 1, everyone who chose the Animal Totem Tarot with the Nine of Wands. This is your reading. We're going to start off here just with the tarot deck, but I do have some other cards that I've pulled as well. It's just easier to do that when you're working with a lot of different decks, to go ahead and shuffle and just randomly sort out stacks beforehand. And that, I think, is one of the best benefits of pick a card readings videos like this, is that it's easy to use a lot of decks at once. Whereas in a live reading, if you're doing a reading one-to-one, which has its own benefits, that's just not as easy. All right. All right, so group one, the initial question is, are they losing interest? So the intention I'm putting into this is if most of the cards are reversed, then yes, they're losing interest. If most of the cards are upright, then no, they're not losing interest. But regardless of what it is, we're going to look into it in more depth. So is this person losing interest? We'll have mostly reversals if they are. And we have all of the cards upright. So they're definitely not losing interest. And I think for this group, what I definitely see is that they're gaining interest, actually. The Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords are very quick energies. I mean, we can see here both of them are running. Not running away from you. I mean, we'll look into it and see, but I feel that their feelings are maybe running away with them, and their attraction and desire for you is running away with them. But at the same time, we have the King of Pentacles, so that brings a more grounded energy. So yeah, their feelings are actually increasing very quickly, and their attraction and interest, but there is a grounded quality. So it's like, it isn't going to be like something that can come in quickly and then disappear quickly. That is not the case. I don't see this disappearing quickly. Sometimes we have those whirlwind experiences where that happens, where there's like a rush or a surge and then it just disappears. Sorry to repeat myself, but I think it's just important to point out there is a very grounded quality here. This is increasing rapidly, and whatever level it reaches, it will remain steady. There won't be, I don't sense that there's any need to fear them losing interest, is basically what I'm saying. All right. So they definitely have interest, and it is actually increasing. Let's see, set these off to the side for now. If I need to pull on them, I will. But I've chosen some cards to represent them here, and also some cards to represent you as they see you. Okay, so we have text message. These cards here are all your side. Text message, Medusa. You know, Medusa is actually very misunderstood if you read fully into the mythology of her story. And Crone, an introvert. And then we have 6th house, routine. I think I'm going to have to move some things to get it all in, and you probably still can't see it all at once. But that's okay. Life is not perfect. We'll figure it out here. Okay, and then on their end, we have a few more cards for them because that's what we're most concerned with, is just their feelings for you. And let me pause and get this all laid out. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so all of these cards are representing them. These cards here are sort of like where they see this connection going, and here are their current feelings. These cards, if there's any card that's out of the frame, when I need to refer to it specifically, I'll try to remember to hold it up so you can see it. But I'm going to start off with their energy because we have a lot of difficult energy. They are really deep in their feelings, but it's not easy. We have regret, we have numb, we have traveler and water. The only thing here that's sort of remotely positive to me, you know, based on the imagery and the words, is traveler. But we'll see more what these mean. But like, I really feel like this person is going through it. We also have the house that's showing up here is the 12th house from our astrology deck. So their emotions are overwhelming them, you know, and I think that some of these people may be trying to escape, you know, either by sleeping, you know, literally just sleeping. I think when they are awake, they are really just going through it in their mind and in their heart when it comes to you. It's like they're drowning in their own emotions here. And remember the initial card that you all pulled from this deck was the 9 of Wands, which I said even in the intro is a card that is about having really been through the grind. You've been on a long journey. It hasn't been easy. So they definitely don't see the journey with you so far as having been easy. I think what's interesting to me is that there has already been maybe some sort of parting of the ways here. It's like there's been a mixture already of excitement, that like quick excitement that we saw in the initial cards, like attraction is growing, the excitement is growing. I think that the two of you have been through cycles where there has been that period, and then there's been a sense of some sort of breakup, or, you know, things slow down or they get stagnant. That's been the history that the two of you have experienced so far. It's like there are cycles of this. Things seem really exciting, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, what's going on? Or maybe we hit a road bump and we, you know, there's a sort of moment of separation or sadness, or we're just not able to figure out, you know, how to make it work or something like this. I'm recording this in February. I don't know when I'll actually post it, but there could be something even specifically that happened in February where there was an essence of this going on. But in any case, yeah, this person is really trying to cope with their emotions regarding you, because they are feeling that surge of excitement now again. And I think that it worries them because, you know, they have noticed a pattern. Every time there is a surge, of excitement and growing interest. There's always after that a sort of disappointment, that they experience where things just, well, it seemed like everything was going really well, and then all of a sudden it seems like it's not. So it's kind of like they expect that. Even going forward, that's kind of what they expect. So we have from this Jane Austen quote deck, "To be fond of dancing was a certain step towards falling in love." So that may be just an extra confirmation for those of you who maybe dancing has something to do with this connection. The two of you have been dancing or something like that. But they do imagine these sort of romantic moments in the future, because these cards here are about where they see things going. They feel that there will be more romance. They like that. They like those romantic things like dancing, those romantic things like gathering flowers for you. I don't know. I mean, whatever they do, but they like that sense of romance. Let's see. And even this is the Eight of Wands, right? The Eight of Clubs is like the Eight of Wands, which is, that's what we saw before, like they basically expect to continue to keep falling in love with you, and for them to continue to have these surges where all of a sudden it's just very strong again. It's like, I think they feel that they'll always have that sort of butterfly feeling with you that comes back to them time and time again. And they really like that. So they expect that will happen again. But, it's like it's difficult for them because they also simultaneously fear those times when things are not going well and it just really sucks. I mean, I feel like it really kind of makes this person pretty depressed, honestly, when that happens. And then also what they see in the future is children and healing family issues. So these are obviously both family-oriented cards. They do feel that there's, in the future, the two of you will maybe work on family. So maybe you have kids, or they see the two of you having kids, or just being a part of each other's families, being a family with each other, and having to work through things, right? I think even your all's dynamic reminds them a little bit of family, because in a family, things are not always going to be going well. People are not always going to be getting along, but generally, because you're forced into a life with these people, more often than not, you figure it out. And they care about you as much as they care about family. And because of that, even when things are not perfect and it sucks and they feel numb and they, it hurts, even in those moments, they do feel that they want to continue to work it out with you. They don't ever want to give up. And that also is another meaning of the Nine of Wands, which was the initial card that you pulled. So interesting to see how this is playing out. I'm going to move the camera a little bit so that we can see some of these cards better, because this is how they're seeing you. We have text message, Medusa, introvert, and crone. I think they feel like you're an interesting mix of introvert and like very friendly social person with this text message. I think that they view you as very friendly and probably someone who's flirtatious without even really trying to be necessarily. And they feel that gives you a sort of sense of power that you maybe don't even know that you have with this Medusa and crone. The Medusa and crone are very powerful energies, but they're also energies that are often looked at disparagingly, as a society, we don't tend to look at old age as something to look forward to or to admire, although we should. But to be fully in your crone energy and to know the power of that is extremely powerful. And I'm not saying that you are necessarily of age or not, but you may just be, if you're not of the crone age, you could just be someone who somehow is tapped into that wisdom and crone power regardless. And they see that energy in you. Like you're someone who knows who you are. Maybe you're even a little bit set in your ways. You're stubborn, I would think. They see you maybe as a little bit stubborn. And then we have Medusa. It's like I think they view you as someone who's like captivating, but captivating in a way that is maybe unusual in some way. Right? Like both of these images are like very captivating. But they're a little bit scary. You know, I think this person is a little bit scared of the power that you have in general, but also the power that you have over them. It's something that they like about you, but it's also something that intimidates them a little bit. Also, I feel like they view you maybe as someone who's very social in a more digital way. So like either through text messaging or online somehow. Maybe you're part of like online communities or something. But it's like the sense I get from these two is like you do find ways of being social, but in more introverted ways. And then we have 6th house routine. So they kind of see you as doing pretty well right now. I think they feel like you're not that worried about them currently. I mean, that's just their perspective, and that's probably why they are feeling really down right now, is because they feel that you are actually not really very interested in or focused on them. They just feel like they have disappeared out of your life. They didn't want to feel like they had disappeared out of your life, but they just feel like you don't seem to be even noticing me or like caring about me. That's how it seems to them. And then we have 6th house routine. They do see you as someone who's taking care of yourself, taking care of business, you know, getting things done that you need to get done, and all of that. All right, so I think that pretty much covers everything. I mean, they're definitely increasing in their interest. You know, they may be very wrong about you not having interest in them, but that is something that they are afraid of, which is very much human nature. To have those fears. But I hope that this reading really helped you to understand this connection better and this person's emotional experience of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Welcome to Group 2. You chose the Steampunk Tarot with the Page of Cups at the top. And so we're going to find out, starting out with tarot, and then I have some other cards here as well. Are they losing interest in you or not? It could be anything. Maybe their interest is growing, actually. And regardless of what's going on, we do have, like I said, these other cards to look deeper into it, so you can get a really good insight into what's going on in their mind and in their heart. So my intention with this is that if most cards are reversed, then they are losing interest. If most cards are upright, then they are not losing interest. All right, so we have reversed Tower, we have Knight of Wands upright, and reversed 2 of Cups. So don't shoot the messenger. We're going to figure out what's going on here. But the initial answer is no. I'm sorry, the initial answer is yes, they are losing interest. Yeah. And we have the Tower reversed, Knight of Wands, and 2 of Cups reversed. I mean, 2 of Cups reversed, even on its own, indicates... I mean, what I pick up here is that this person has an issue with you. It isn't just that they've lost interest. They're kind of like, they kind of want to tell you off. I can like feel it viscerally. Like this person is kind of pissed at you. And it's like they're really holding back because they have some things that they would say. But with the Tower reversed, it's like they are just trying not to say them. Wow. I'm going to pull a few clarifiers before I get into the other ones. Like I didn't expect to like feel the emotion of contempt, but this person has contempt for you. Okay, Page of Cups reversed. 2 of Wands reversed. And 6 of Swords reversed. I think part of what's going on here, the feeling that I'm getting is that this person has mixed feelings about whether or not they even like you having feelings for them. They can tell that you have some sort of feelings for them. And they're not sure how to feel about that. So that's part of it. It's like part of them is just like, I don't want to have to figure this out. It's bothering me. I can't figure out why it bothers me that you have a romantic interest in me, but it kind of does. And then it kind of pisses me off. Like that's the feeling. That's what's going on in this person's mind. And the thing is, too, they're not sure. Like they're like, I don't sure. Am I repulsed by this because I don't like group 2, or am I repulsed because I'm afraid of love and I do like them? It's like they're questioning what's going on. Some of these people, it could be questioning their own sexuality. Maybe you're not the gender that they normally think of themselves being attracted to or something. I don't know. Or it could be maybe you're just not usually their body type. It's like something like that, where it's like just being who you are and having feelings for them is like triggering them somehow because they don't know how they feel about that. You know what I'm saying? So this is real. I mean, like, people have their feelings, we're all human. And these are this human's feelings. This is what's going on in their mind. They do not know whether to be repulsed or glad that you like them, because they don't like the whole situation of someone like you, whatever that means. Liking them makes them feel very triggered. Like, what does it mean about me? If I were to have an attraction to group 2, like, what would that mean about me? And they don't like the potential of what it might mean about them. Like, they don't want to be whatever it would be. Like, it could be like they don't want to be a chubby chaser. They don't want to be gay. I mean, I don't know what this is, but like this is what's going on. And this is person's mind. Like, I've never picked up anything like this, but I think for some people out there, this is going to be really helpful because I feel like this is a true situation that happens. So, like, let's tap into it and see what's going on with you all beyond this. I'm going to pause here to lay out the cards because it got a little complicated in group 1, so I'll be right back. All right, group 2. So I hope that you all stuck around because this is so interesting. First of all, these cards here are how this person sees you, and they feel like you are a badass, like what I also sense is like they feel like you would be a great person to like go to a club with, or even go to a house party, like to just party together. Like you would kind of be the life of the party in a way. They feel like you have this natural, we have the fire element, goddess, queen, and then we have caregiver and liquid courage. Like you do have this goddess queen type energy and this very fiery confidence. Like they see you as so confident, and that's what gives you your like badass power, is primarily your confidence. But they also feel like there's a part of you underneath that is much more tender and gentle, and that in order to kind of get your party game on, in order to bring out this more vivacious like goddess queen energy, you may be someone who sometimes has to tap into some liquid courage, whether that's alcohol or something else. Like, but they do feel like when you are like in a social setting, either they've seen this in you or they kind of expect that you would be like this. They feel like when you are like relaxed and chill because of your liquid courage, like you are just like confident and like the center of the universe and like the center of everyone's attention. Like they find you to be a very captivating person, and they want to be your friend. That they are sure of. They're sure of that. That part of it is certain. So I hope you hung around enough to hear that. Like they're very certain about wanting to be your friend. And to be honest, they feel like you are, wow, just like a really special person. But, I mean, when we look at their energy, like we have player, Don Juan, extrovert, and Taurus. Like this is someone who, you know, they know a lot of people too. Like they're very social themselves. And you may or may not be social, I don't know. But when you do go out in a party or social setting where people are like drinking or whatever, like your confidence is like just glowing. And you are the life of the party. But this person is just naturally a very extroverted and social person. And, you know, they like to have sensual experiences with a lot of people. This person is probably having sex with a lot of people. And that's kind of what they want to do. That's sort of where they are in their life right now. They don't want to bother you in any way. So they don't want to make you feel offended by the fact that they're not romantically interested in you. But I think they've thought about it a lot and they just are like, I don't think that I am romantically interested in group 2. But they still want to get along with you at a friend level. It's just like, I think that that's just where they're more comfortable staying right now, is at a friend level with you. And we have this from the Jane Austen quotes deck. It says, "The more I know of the world, the more I am convinced that I shall never see a man whom I can really love. I require so much." So I feel like this person also feels like they know that they're a player and they're like, you know, this is who I am. I'm probably never going to really fall in love. And they've kind of just accepted about them. But this person really is sweet on you. The 6 of Hearts is like the 6 of Cups. And like together with both of these, I mean, these images could even be on a 6 of Cups, a version of the 6 of Cups. It's that energy. So I can see where you would probably think sometimes that they're flirting. Maybe they are flirting and they just haven't accepted the fact that they're attracted to you yet. The thing is, I don't want to read that into their mindset because I think they're still analyzing it themselves. Like they don't know yet. And I think that is something that they would have to come to the conclusion on. But yeah, they really, really like you. They just want it to be friends right now. And that's where they see it going as well. And that's kind of where they want it to go, is for the two of you to just stay friends and not have like the sexual romantic tension aspect of it present. But we have Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. We have Wishbone, a wish is granted. And V, victory in some endeavor. What I will say, and this is like a very bizarre message, I do feel like this person has like imagined you when they're alone and having sensual pleasure alone. They've imagined you or thought about you, and they did have a victorious conclusion, if you know what I mean. Like, it felt good. So, I mean, but they're confused too, because they're like, well, I just have sex all the time. Like, that doesn't mean that I have these feelings for group 2. I think they're legitimately confused. I'm just going to say this person is legitimately very confused about what their feelings are or are not about you. But these are the facts. This is what I do know. So I hope that's helpful. All right. Probably the most interesting reading that I've ever done. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 3, to your reading. You chose the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot with the 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And we're going to be answering, is the person on your mind, are they losing interest? So we'll start out with tarot, and we have some other cards as well that we'll tap into. Both of the readings so far have been really kind of intense, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so are they losing interest? So my intention with this, for the tarot portion, to answer that initial question as a yes or no, is if most of the cards are reversed, then yes, they are losing interest. If most of the cards are upright, then they are not losing interest. And we do have 2 of the 3 reversed. So we have the 9 of Wands, and then we have 3 of Swords reversed and Queen of Wands reversed. So please don't run away, because we're going to figure out what is going on here. You know, if you want like insight into what they're actually thinking rather than just getting the answer that you hope it is, you know, stick around. Okay. So yeah, I think, let's see. I don't know if this is regarding you or just generally in their love life. Okay, in your all's situation, whatever it happens to be, when it comes to the 2 of you, this person feels like the 2 of you have really been through the emotional grinder. And they do feel that part of it is them. Part of it is because they have been, I feel like, sort of selfish. Like they're recognizing they've been pretty selfish when it comes to you. They're aware of that. I don't think that they want to stop being selfish, though. And they're kind of at a point where they feel that if you become sour on them, they're okay with that. They're like, at this point, like, why do we keep beating a dead horse? Like, why do we keep trying? So I do feel like there definitely was a time when this person had interest in you, strong interest, very deep feelings. I still feel like they have deep feelings of some sort, but it isn't attraction or interest right now. It's more just they feel let down by the whole experience. It's not that they're blaming it all on you, but they're just like, this is obviously not getting anywhere. So why would I continue to like emotionally invest at this point? They're like, I know everything that I need to know. This has taught me everything that it could possibly teach me. So like, what more am I trying to milk out of it at this point? So they really do just kind of feel like moving on at this point. I think in a lot of ways they have moved on. They've made some success in moving on. All right, let me lay out these cards. I'm going to pause to do that. Right back. All right, group 3. Yeah. So the first thing is this person views you as a really beautiful person, like inside and out. These are the cards that point to how they're seeing you just generally. We have Performer, Star-Crossed, Divine Intervention, Jupiter Return, Benefits, and Sage. As I said before, like they feel like they've learned everything they needed to learn from this connection, but they do feel like they learned a lot. You know, with Jupiter here and Sage, these both have to do with increasing in our wisdom. There does feel like there's something theatrical here with Performer and Star-Crossed. This is giving, I know it says Star-Crossed, but it's sort of like star quality vibes is also what I'm getting here. Like maybe that is some sort of aspect of your all's connection, performing arts, things like that. But they feel like you have some sort of dramatic flair and you're like a very over-the-top personality. And you really stand out to them as a person. They feel that you stand out to a lot of people. And with Divine Intervention, again, like they feel like you came into each other's lives with such combustion and it has had such a significant impact on them. So again, they really see that there has been a purpose here of this connection. On their end, again, like we saw, they are losing interest because they just don't see the point of continuing anymore. But let's look deeper into their thoughts and feelings. We have Rebel, Wizard, Clinger, and Music. So again, on both sides we have the arts showing up. We have Unsuccessful Plans, Success, and Pig, Beware of Greed. And then from this Jane Austen quotes, we have Pictures of Perfection, As You Know, Make Me Sick and Wicked. And then Mercury Retrograde, Reinvention. I feel like this person is a perfectionist. they're pretty good at being a perfectionist, like they pretty much carry it off. A lot of people probably do view this person as perfect, but they know that they're not perfect, even though that's what they want to be, because we have unsuccessful plans here followed by success, and beware of greed. This person has a sort of greed for always being successful. So this could be something too where there has been some sort of competitiveness between the two of you, because it feels like you both have some sort of success, and for both of you it could be something related to arts or performance or something. I don't know. So yeah, I feel, again, I got this from the beginning. There is a selfish energy with this person. They're aware of it though. Like they're not going to go around telling it to other people, but like they'll claim it about themselves to themselves. Like they know who they are. And they know that they don't show the truth of who they are because they're clinging to this idea of perfection. So it is very important to this person. And it may be even part of how they promote themselves is by portraying themselves in a sort of perfect way. So in terms of what this person sees in their future with you, they see themselves much more focused on their own finances and career. Again, like being completely successful and perfect. I think they will always remember you going forward, but it will be more of just that. Like they'll think of you time to time and think about the impact that you had in their life because you did change them, or you were a significant part of the process of change that they've gone through in life or during the phase that you knew each other. Let me get a few more clarifiers here. I think that one thing that you've done for this person is you've helped them to realize that a lot of their fears are actually opportunities for self-awareness. So I think you've actually helped them to embrace this understanding. They have greater self-understanding, and before they weren't willing to face the truth of who they are, all of it. That they are wearing a perfection mask at all times. You taught them that there's value in self-awareness and contemplating who am I really as a person? Like, what are my motives really? And am I being genuine or not? You really helped them to understand themselves better. So that's their largest takeaway from this, and they really appreciate that. But, I'm not going to say that they'll never look over their shoulder when it comes to you, because I think that they will from time to time, but primarily they won't. Primarily what they take away from this is the degree to which you fed some sort of necessary process of transformation. Like you were like the fertilizer for it. Maybe there were other people involved in this transformation that they went through, but you're kind of the one who like lit the fuse and fed the flames of it. But I still feel like they have a lot of lessons to learn, this person. They do. And yeah, I mean, this person has many lessons to learn. I do think that on the level of this person's soul, they are really in this lifetime to do something extremely significant and profound. And it's almost like they have to be a selfish person in order to be able to have the success that they're meant to have. Like a person that was less selfish wouldn't be driven to the degree that is necessary for them to achieve their soul's purpose in this lifetime. So I think their soul purpose really is a lot less about having a loving relationship than it is about achieving something very significant, some sort of significant soul purpose that's probably more career or life purpose related, you know. But this person will leave and probably already has made an impact in the world, and you were a very important part of their journey. Because you lit some sort of fuse of very necessary self-awareness that they needed in order to complete this soul purpose. It's a very profound soul purpose destiny that they have. So they had to pick up, you know, the knowledge that you had for them and the knowledge that the experience with you had for them, and use that as a tool going forward. That whatever this experience has taught them will always be something that they rely on. It's a very precious tool that they've picked up with you, and they'll carry that forward into the remainder of their life as something that helps them to achieve this soul purpose, which is very significant. This person is meant to do something very special before they die. And that really is the major, that's the major urge of their soul. You know, yes, it is, maybe they come across as selfish in their behavior sometimes, but they have something that they're just meant to accomplish. So maybe they have to forfeit other aspects of life or other areas of life and say, well, the emotional part of life just can't be a priority for me, because if it is, I won't be able to accomplish what I need to accomplish. They find a way to fill their cup without that romantic type of thing. And I think what fills their cup is, you know, fulfilling their destiny. It's really what they would most prefer to give themselves to, is this great destiny that they feel that they have, which they do truly have. So they do kind of emotionally burn bridges, and I think that that's basically what has happened here. You really don't, on a personal level, on a personal emotional level, maybe this will be hard to hear, but you don't really mean that much to them anymore on a personal level. But you do have a lot of significance to them in terms of what you mean for their destiny and how they know how to fulfill that destiny. Anything else to know about this connection? Yeah, we have sparking the fire, starting the fire. There definitely is a soul connection, a very spiritual connection between the two of you. And I feel like that will always exist. Like, this person just knows they know that there's something that they're meant to fulfill before they die. Yeah, it's like they're on this treasure map to get to that destiny and fulfill it. They do see that you sparked it in some way. You sparked something in them, or you sparked the journey itself. Like, you were tremendously important to them. I would say that they do love you and appreciate you in a certain kind of way, but it's not in an emotional ooey gooey type of way. It's very mental and kind of cold is the way it's coming through. Like, it's kind of cold and calculated, because at this point in this person's life, they are cold and calculated. because they feel like that's sort of the armor that they need in order to fulfill this journey that they're on. Cold and calculated is required. They can't be someone who's going to be overly sentimental about you or anything. That they don't feel like that is that's not a luxury that they can be afforded at this time. And if this person had a final message for you, it would be the Emperor, which is, I am here to do what I'm here to do. I am here to do what I'm meant to do. And that means I need to put myself first. It doesn't matter if you have any sort of emotional need for me. That's not an emotional need that I can fulfill. And they're also saying, I know that you also have your purpose that you're trying to fulfill. And you should focus on that too. That's what you should also focus on, is your purpose. Fulfill your purpose. All right, so I hope that was helpful. It was very interesting. All of these 3 readings were. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.